Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this episode, we're going to use the task called call a webhook. Okay, so what we're trying to achieve in this video is we have a two different application here. So we have a request and then we have the approval. So what we are trying to achieve is whenever there is a new data added in request, it's directly sends to approval application. Then at the same time, when there is already a data here and then the user approve the request, it's automatically also updates in the status. So which is approve or disapprove. Okay. So in order to achieve this automation, so we have to do first is to go to our, of course, to our app editor. Let's work first with our request app. In the request app, uh, we need to know the app ID of the another application, which is we are going to update. So in this case, it's the approval. To get the app ID of the another application, they can just simply go to manage, integration, IN. Then this is the app ID. Just copy this and then that's all. And and also just to show it to you, these two application, the leave request, I mean the approval and then the request, they are they have identical table. I'll show it to you. This is the request. It has this table, and this is the sorry, this is request also. Okay, and the approval, I'll show it to you. And the approval also has the same tables. Okay. So we already copied the integrate, I mean the app ID in this approval app. So we already copy. So what we're gonna do, we can proceed to the automation, then task, then new task, then call a webhook. I'm gonna name this as send for approval. Then custom, and then post, and then content is JSON. Then you paste here the app ID of the another application that you want to update. Then you're gonna insert this AppSheet API. This is pretty standard. So AppSheetAPI.com. Insert it here and then paste. Then at the end of this, you're gonna put um, table. What is the table name? That what is the target? The target is the approval slash action. So approval, if you see, this is the approval app. This is the table, the target table. Then let's compose our body. So our body is just, you can do like this, double quote. So this is the action. In this case, um, we need to do add. So you can just click add, then hit enter, and you can add, make sure you add the properties, okay? Because this is very important. Without this, your app will fail. So you're gonna have here local. So this is in en dash us. Okay. So I already construct this. Then let's say you have a, okay, then you're gonna have it here. I already construct to make this video faster. All right. So this is the action. I will just copy this. I mean the body. So you can see it here. I will make it in full screen. Okay. So Okay, so this is the body of the HTML. So I've just copied this to make this video short. Then I will just move this. Okay. So as you notice here, after this, there is a rows. Make sure you include the rows, and then you're gonna have an open column here, and at the end, you're gonna close the column. Okay. Once you're done for that, you create a new boot. New boot. I'm gonna create a custom boot. I'm gonna name this as um, where is it? Send. What happened? Send for approval. Okay. So we're gonna trigger this event approval. I'm gonna trigger this event if someone adds only. Okay. Then we're gonna add a step, create custom step. So we're gonna name this approval also. Then we're gonna call a webhook. Then um, custom task, send for approval. Okay, just hit save. Let's try to test the app. I mean this automation, this boot. Test. As you notice, guys, I already added data here. So, but in the approval app, it doesn't go. So what we want to trigger is to trigger this employee named John, and we're gonna send this um, to here in our test boot. Okay. So once you did not see any error, meaning your automation is correct, and then once you execute, if you see this error, meaning, I mean, if you see this message, meaning the application is correct, then let's go to our leave approval. As you can see here, it goes directly. So this John is already here. Okay. So what if you're gonna add a new data? Let's say I'm gonna name this as the YouTube start date. Then I'm gonna hit save. So let's go to our approval. So this is approval app. Let's refresh. So it's already there. It should be coming also here. Oops, what happened? It's not triggering the application. So there is an error. Let's go back events, send for approval, call a webhook, adds only, add dates and deletes. It's correct. So let's execute this. Okay. So it's added when we using the test boot. So let's try again. Say hello. Maybe what we're gonna do, so we will try to delete the sync, disable the delayed sync. Maybe it will trigger the app. Here, here you guys. So it's trigger already. Okay. So let's add another data. Let's say I'm gonna test this. I'm gonna name this um, VT, Joe, VT, hello. So let's say this employees apply for vacation in the system. Then once it hits save, it should goes to the approval. So the name of the employee is VT. Let's refresh this. So it goes here. So what we're trying to achieve this time is once we approve this request, it should also send it will also change the status into approve. Okay, in order to do that, let's go back to our leave approval here. So let's go to the leave approval. Okay, so we need to have the request app, the ID. Okay, so we need first, so we're gonna copy the request app ID, close it. We are done for that. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a task here in approval app. New task, I'm gonna call it as a approval. Then URL, you're gonna construct the URL post. Then this is the app ID of the, okay. So this is the app ID of the request application. Okay. So then we're gonna just insert in the URL the AppSheet API. So I'm gonna copy this AppSheet API and put a slash here. Then at the end of this here, I'm gonna put a slash. You can put tables slash. What is the table name? So request. Since we're gonna update the request table in request app, then action. Here we're gonna create the body. Same what we did. We can just use this and then action. Then this time you're gonna use the action called edit. Okay. Then you can go to properties. You can apply a properties. Properties. Then you're gonna apply here en-us. So to cut this video short, I already save it here. So here we're gonna update. We're gonna edit. So this is the body. Okay. So this is the action. So we're gonna just, I will just copy this. Okay. So as you can see, so in this case, the application ID is our unique ID, right? Our ID key. You can apply a formula for this, which is any select approval application ID. This row application ID is equals application ID. So the approval is this is our table. Then you can just use this formula and then we're gonna change only the status. So status, whatever is the value of the current value here, the current value here, once we approve or here, it will update to the another app. Okay. So I'm just go back there. I'm gonna delete this. Okay. I will also save this body in the description. You can just copy it to, and then you can test. Then let's go to the boot, new boot, create custom boot. So I'm gonna name this boot as approval. Then configure the event, custom event. I'm gonna name this also same. And also I'm gonna trigger this event during update. So once we update this, it will trigger and change the value of the another app sheet, the columns in another app sheet. Okay, so the table, add step, custom step. So I'm gonna call a webhook, then select the task that you created recently. Then let's test this. As you notice, guys, let's go to the request. Okay. Let's say I wanna approve this YouTube. Okay. You can also see this in the request app. YouTube, his application is still pending. What if I'm gonna approve it here? YouTube, I'm gonna approve it. Okay. Okay. It's showing approve already in the approval, but the problem is it's not still showing here in the request ID, right? Even though you will refresh it, still the same. Okay. Because we did not yet save the app here. We did not yet save. So we're gonna test. We're gonna test now. So we did not see any error. We're gonna execute. Oops, oops, not this. No, this is John. We execute. No, we're gonna execute YouTube. Then let's refresh the. So we execute John and to, I mean, the YouTube. Okay, as a sample, we're gonna refresh this request. It should be showing approve here. Okay, so let's try another one in the approval. So let's say I'm gonna approve John this time. I'm gonna let's say I'm gonna cancel. So let's refresh here. So it will the status should be showing cancel. As you can see, it's canceled. If we're gonna add another data, let's say thank you, is the employee name, then I'm gonna just put the date. Save. Then let's go to our approval app, refresh. So here it's pending, and also in the request it's pending. So I'm gonna approve his request in the approval. The employee name is thank you. I'm gonna approve his application. Then once the request here, it's showing approved. So this is how you're gonna use the AppSheet API, uh, call a webhook to update another AppSheet using another AppSheet. Okay. So regarding this code, I will just paste this in the description. You can use this as your reference. And if you learned something in this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, you can leave a comment below, and I would really glad to answer that question. Okay, thank you so much for watching and see you next time.